Hi there and welcome back to Yum Paleo. Today what we're going to be making is a sun-dried tomato and spinach salmon dish with a side of cauliflower rice. So first things first, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 170 degrees Celsius. And now I'll just run through what we've got. So I've got about 200 grams of spinach, which I've washed, and that's about 7 ounces. I've got about 300 grams of sun-dried tomatoes there, and that's about 10 ounces. And here I've got 6 small to medium-sized salmon fillets, and I've just put this on an oven tray which I've lined with foil and then put some oil down just so they don't stick to the surface. And what I'm going to do with that is just put a bit of pepper over them, just to season them. And then what we're going to put on top of those is the spinach and the sun-dried tomatoes. So first things first, I'll get the spinach out and I'm just going to cut it into strips, and then we're going to cut up the sun-dried tomatoes into small pieces, and then we're going to fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes just so that they kind of compact down, and then we're going to put that mixture on top of the salmon, and then they're going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes or just until they're done. Okay, so I'm just going to cut through this. Just make them into strips. Don't have to be too precise with this. And spinach does shrink down once it's cooked, so don't be alarmed at the amount of it. And if you have too much of the spinach and sun-dried tomato mixture left over after putting it on the salmon, then we can just have it as a side with the cauliflower rice. Okay, so I've turned that pan on and I'm just going to put a bit of oil in there. So just going to wait for that to heat up, and then we'll add the spinach and the sun-dried tomatoes which we've cut up. Okay, so I'm just going to start adding that spinach in. Now remember to move it around and don't let it burn. Maybe turn down the temperature if you need to. And then we can add in the sun-dried tomatoes. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to squeeze in some lemon into this as well. Okay, so just got a nice fresh lemon here. I'm just going to squeeze it through this sieve, just to catch any pips. Okay, great. Now just keep mixing that through for another couple of minutes, and then we can take it out and put it on the salmon. Okay, so I'll finish with that mixture now, and what we're going to do is place it on top of the salmon. So just carefully place it all across the salmon until you've covered all of your fillets. Okay, great. So I've just finished putting the toppings onto the salmon fillets. So what I'm going to do now is just pop it in the oven for about 15 minutes, but check on it around the 10-minute mark and just see if it's cooked through. And while that's happening, I'm going to get started on preparing the cauliflower rice. So it's really simple to do. So I've just got 1 head of cauliflower here, and I'm just going to use this grater and just grate it up, and then put it in this wok behind me with a bit of oil and just cook it through for about 5 minutes, and that should be done. It's that simple. So I'll see you in about 15 minutes and we'll get ready to serve up. Okay, so welcome back. Now, I just took in the salmon out of the oven and it was in there for about 15 minutes and it's looking great. So as you can see, I've just added some of the cauliflower rice and I've just put a bit of a side salad on there as well. So I really hope you enjoy that and I'll see you here for another great recipe. See you soon.